Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that was in academia, and they were procrastinating over the final part of a research project. They'd written the paper, they just hadn't done the citations, the references, and they were dwelling on that. And there was an element of certain fears. It's always daunting to do the final step because it represents a change. And sometimes we get into this feeling of overthinking about what stuff really means and what it takes. We turn the molehill into a mountain, and that can happen. What you're going to hear in this particular session is about anchoring resource states. There's elements of future pacing, and there's also elements of breaking it down to make something that is, let's say, daunting into something doable. And I think that's the key thing. Where the rubber meets the road is actually doing the very thing. And sometimes all you need is to take a little bit of action just to break inertia. And when you start doing that little bit, you end up doing the whole thing. And most people can relate to at least one area of their life where they feel this way. It might be this, creative project they've been thinking about for ages, but just haven't started, or it might be a tax return or something like that. But once you actually start, it takes on a different connotation. Then it's about just continuing doing what you're doing. And there's an element of timeline element in this as well, of the version of the client that never submits the dissertation is going to be worse off than the version of them that does. And, there is this feeling of, well, this could change everything. Yeah, some things can change everything, but life still comes one day at a time, and it might give you opportunities or doors open that lead to possibilities, but you can still be discerning as to what you say yes and what you say no to. So even if, suddenly you were offered incredible opportunities, you couldn't say yes to all of them anyway. You'd have to be discerning about which ones you say yes to, and thinking about it in a way of it gives you the option without the obligation. If there is fear connected with, let's say, fear of success, connected with doing something, you can mitigate that fairly easily by thinking, okay, but I can still decide whether or not I take that opportunity later. So there's a bit going on in this session, but at its core, it is about releasing hesitation and procrastination related to doing something that could create some kind of ripple of change. The reason that there's a reference to an invisible wall is that's the reference the client gave me. They said, it almost feels like there's this force field, this invisible wall stopping me from doing that. Great. As a hypnotist, I'm going to harness whatever metaphor the client gives me, and that's why it's included in this session. It was created for an individual. Not all of the suggestions and references are going to make sense for you because you're someone else. But if you do like the idea of a bespoke, customized hypnosis session for you, there will be a link in the show notes where you can reach out and schedule that free consultation call over Zoom. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, Breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to feel that any emotions you're holding on to that don't serve you are starting to dissolve. Breathing in relaxation and just allowing those emotions to melt away. As you breathe out, feel that those emotions, the ones that have been hanging around, holding you back, just imagine how good it would feel to feel like they're leaving your body in your outward breath. When you breathe in deeper for longer, and as you exhale, just elongate the outward breath to feel like you're breathing out longer, exhaling any of that tension, stress, or worry. Feel it leaving your body. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. Notice with your eyes closed that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. Allow your body to relax. And on the inward breath, invite calm into your system. And on the outward breath, give yourself permission to let go. To let go of any tension, any thoughts, any expectations. And before long, your breathing finds its natural rhythm. And when it finds that rhythm, I want you to imagine a gentle wave of relaxation beginning at the very top of your head. Feel that wave of relaxation spreading slowly downward like warm sunlight. Beginning there at the crown and then going down your forehead into your jaw, down through your shoulders, all the way down to your fingertips, into your chest, your legs. I wonder if you could even imagine your toes feeling heavy and relaxed, warm and at ease. I want you to feel that this is a safe sanctuary. There's nowhere else you need to be, and nothing else you need to do. I want you to get a sense of what it would feel like to stand right at the very top of a beautiful spiral staircase, where each step down is a step deeper into your mind, your imagination, your unconscious, deeper into clarity, into focus. You get to imagine what kind of spiral staircase this is. Perhaps made of marble or iron, wood or something else. And with each number I count, imagine yourself taking one step down this spiral staircase. 10, and then 9, deeper. 8, And then 7, more relaxed. 6 and 5, the world just fading away. 4 and 3, dropping down effortlessly, and then 2 and 1, nearly there. Until 0, you get to the bottom of the staircase. A part of your subconscious mind where you get to let go of those things that are holding you back and embrace new resources, new feelings that move you forward. So in this place, imagine seeing something in front of you. I want you to imagine a representation of a wall. Not a thick physical wall, but one made of something less solid. Imagine feeling it. It's invisible yet present. This is a wall of resistance, inertia, resentment. I want you to feel as you walk closer to it. It's a wall separating you from a desirable future. A desirable future could be the relief of getting something done that's been holding you back. But a desirable future could be your career, your life, years from now. This wall is getting in the way. A part of your mind felt that this wall is protecting you. But what if the wall that was designed to protect is now an impediment, a barrier, a prison that's holding you back from the future you desire and deserve? This wall is not a mountain. It's not even a wall of a maze. Just a strange, invisible weight of a wall. But what if the weight of this wall you built yourself? From the pressure of what hasn't been done, what should have been done, frustrations, resentment, resistance, built the very wall that is now holding you back. I want you to imagine you're holding a sledgehammer. Feel the weight of it. This sledgehammer is a metaphor for action. The wall doesn't go by itself. Something needs to be done. Could be 15 minutes or half an hour of dedicated time, but allow the sledgehammer to represent focus and action. And imagine smashing that sledgehammer against that invisible wall. At one point you felt this invisible wall was impenetrable. But as you imagine hitting this invisible wall, you can hear the sound of damage to bricks. You get a sense that the invisible wall, this unknown, is becoming real. You get to see it as a wall that is not like a fortress wall, but more like a wall of a standard building, and your sledgehammer can break through it. What you thought was an impossible barrier is more vulnerable than you think. Action is breaking the barrier. As you continue to smash into that wall, you can see cracks. You can see it wobbling. As you stand before the wall, something is beginning to shift. Place your hand on the wall and feel that it is way more fragile than you ever thought it was. The cracks are getting larger, and the wall is starting to crumble. Give it a little nudge, a push, and feel that that once invisible wall is crumbling down. You don't even have to push that hard. The weight of the wall itself creates a cascade of bricks falling on bricks that were once invisible and now you can see them. Bricks of resentment, frustration, resistance all come crumbling down. All it took was some action and less than you thought. This resistance that you've been carrying wasn't about this small thing that you needed to do. What if it was the weight of holding something unfinished? Something that you thought protected you, but actually became a weight that held you back. And now you can feel it lifting, as if a fog is clearing. As if the heaviness that used to live in the future is now dissolving into the past. And I want you to scan your body and feel a surge of motivation. Feel a focused drive. Not to do the final step, but to do the thing that's been getting in the way. Imagine that hour or two of just doing that thing. It's easier than you thought it would be. It gets done quicker than you thought it would take. But whether or not you do the next thing, that's for you to decide. The initial thing is just to break down the wall. This was never a mountain. Just one more step on a path that takes your future into the direction you intended. Feel that surge of energy to do what is necessary. I want you to feel there's something wise inside you. The delay of doing the final thing is a gift. Gives you a pause, a breath, time to review, to revise, but this time free from any pressure, free from the resentment, the heaviness you've been carrying, free from any stress and concerns. The step after the step will be something you're completing and not rushing, preparing and not reacting. Allow your mind to be open to two futures. There's a version of you that never does this final few things, meaning all the work you've already done goes to waste. And this resentment, this frustration, this resistance, you keep carrying that forever. And there'll always be that what if, the wondering, the doubt, that unfinished energy that never gets fully released. But there is a different timeline. The version of you that does what is necessary earlier than you planned. You take it to that next level, you submit. Whatever comes your way after that is just information. In life, you either win or you learn. The only way to lose is to not try or finish. See that version of you doing whatever is necessary. Citations, revisions, the final checks before submitting, but at a time when it felt right. And that version of you doesn't feel forced, free of any resentment, any resistance, any procrastination, any fear. That version of you does what is necessary and is rewarded with so much relief and release and momentum. This version of you has turned inertia to momentum, and that momentum will carry on far into the future. This is the strong, courageous version of you. All of the options and none of the obligations. Just open doors of possibility, but with the choice of which ones you walk through. Any fear of the unknown is softened by patience and wisdom, because the future only ever comes one day at a time. So imagine seeing a future version of you, perhaps as early as tomorrow or the day after, a week from now, doing what is necessary to get done. See that version of you doing whatever is necessary. See yourself doing it with focused attention. See yourself resolute, determined, tenacious. See yourself like an artist stepping back from a painting with calm, clear eyes. See yourself passing the true finishing line, not the one that you thought was the finishing line, but the true finishing line. And beyond that finishing line, there will be other races to run, other projects that inspire you and capture your imagination. But for now, those are just choices, not a chore. And when it's all finished, you can just rest and reflect before you decide what happens next. I want you to get a sense that that resistance and resentment feels like it's already lower. And when you do this thing that's been a cause of procrastination, that's when you finally let go of the weight of all of this resistance. Some people wait for the feeling to go before they do the thing, but sometimes doing the thing is what creates the change. Doing what's necessary is breaking the invisible wall. And if you feel that you've unlocked the resources necessary to break that invisible wall, let me know by nodding your head. You can see it, you can feel it, and you are just an hour or two away from freedom. The wall that was there to protect was now holding you back. And that wall will very soon come crumbling down. It's time to return to the here and the now, taking these resourceful feelings with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Start to connect and calibrate with the here and the now as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.